Hello there. This is a quite long video, so I will try to keep the introduction very short. I will build that, and I will show every step on the way. Let's get started. Let's start with the dimensions of the house, because everything else will kind of follow naturally from that. I start by making it 3 piers long and 2 piers wide. Using pier as foundation for this house is perfect because I plan for the first floor to be a storage area, then I get the type of floor, the rugged looking wooden floor that I want for that area at the same time. If you're not constructing this house on a perfectly flat area, don't worry. Just take a pier and sink it into the ground, not so that it goes below ground, but just slightly above it like this, and then make the same shape, 3x2. Don't worry if it sticks up a little bit above ground at some places, we will solve that later. The next step is to grab the large wall out of stone and just start building the walls. The height should be 5 of the small ones or, well, 2.5 of the big ones. Leave an opening for the door here for now. Time to work on the corners, and we will start by actually removing a little bit of the wall we just built. Grab the block of stone and free place it, and it should be kind of 70% on the inside and 30% on the outside of the pier, so something like this. Then just place and drag it all the way up. Now do this on every corner of the building. After that, you just drag it along the wall as well, like this, and do that on every side. So this is where you solve if you built on uneven ground. It will look a little bit like this. Remove a few blocks in the corner and drag it into the ground. Now you can easily snap something here and kind of drag it along the line here, like this. Place this one back. It's easier to kind of drag it into the ground from a bit of distance than trying to snap something below something that is close to the ground. It's time for the door to the storage area, and I want to use these double doors, but I don't want the stone details to show, so what we are going to do is we are going to free place it quite close but not perfectly aligned with the wall here on either side, just a little bit behind them. So something like this should be good. It should be far enough inwards so that if we would place a stone wall like this, it should cover all the details. Next, let's grab a stone block and free place it, and it should be free placed like this, so it aligns with the rest of the stone blocks on the wall and on the other side. Now let's grab the stone wall again, but we don't want it to snap, because if it snaps here, it's going to go too far down. We don't want it to cover part of the door. Instead, we will have to free place it a little bit higher. And same for the wall here on the side. And the last part is grabbing the large pillar of timber, and it should be placed like this. So it just barely covers the wood here and the stone. Drag it upwards and on the other side. I also want a beam crossing over here to connect with the pillars on either side of the door, and the best way to get it close to the wall is to start by removing a wall section here. Then you can place it at the desired height. And now it's easy to snap that wall section back into place. Now it's time to place beams all around the house. Just start at any wall section. On the corners here, it should go out one from the wall, like this. Also add beams sticking out like this. And on the back of the building. Drag those same beams out on the inside as well, so they cross the roof. When you're done, it should be looking like this. Next up, we want to bring this one out 5 steps more. And same goes for this one. Then we want to free place a pillar right below it like this and drag it down to the ground. And same goes for this side. I also want to be free placing a pillar here, because if I snap it, it will stick out like that, and I don't want that. So free placing it like this, so it aligns with the other pillars. And then we just drag it over to the other side. Now it is time to place the inner roof, and if you don't happen to have a convenient little hill here to jump up on top of the house with, just place some temporary stairs. If we just snap and drag floor like this, it won't look good, because we will have the beams showing on top of the floor as well. What we want to be doing is snap the first one, then free place new ones on top of the first one, until we reach the desired height. Then we can just remove the rest from below. I will also add a beam sticking out like this in every corner. We have a small variety of floor planks to choose from, but the ones I think kind of fits the style of the house are either the large floor planks or logs. But the log one have a detail or a support beam that I don't think will look good, so we will go with the plank floor. Now we can snap the rest of the floor tiles in place. It should look like this from below. Now you also got those small beams supporting the roof from the inside, adding an extra layer of detail. And also on the outside they actually provide some extra detailing on the overhang towards the second floor. By the way, if we want that little beam to be showing on both sides of the house, and we probably will, then we need to do a little trick where we rotate the floor piece and snap it like this, so that it doesn't really snap to the planks over here. Because if it snaps to the planks over there, the game will blend the textures and the beam won't really show. Let's do almost the same exercise here as we did for the floor over here. You just elevate this one with free placing up to a desired level. But the last one should be placed in the corner like this. If we place the floorboards like this, we will have some floorboards missing here in between. So what we want to do instead is simply overlapping. Since we won't get the floor to match perfectly with this beam as well, we have to do the same exercise again. It should look more or less like this when you're done. Next up, we will build the stairs to the second floor. So if you had to do some temporary stairs, you can remove them after this step. So we want to be snapping them like this. Then just drag it down here. So like 1, 2. Turn snapping off and place a new pair of stairs like this. And you want to be lowering them into the floor until they hide below the floor. And once they do, one tick more. And then place. Remove the old stairs. And snap the stairs to the new ones that you placed, like this. And then a new pair of stairs just beside the first one. It should look like this, but preferably without this thing sticking out here, so I will redo the stairs and place them a bit tighter towards the beam. The mahogany stairs look a bit too fancy for the build. The problem we have is that the plank stairs nor the pier stairs come in a steep enough inclination. In Swedish there is an expression called putting makeup on a pig. It's when you try to make something look more fancy than it really is. We will do the opposite. We will try to make the mahogany stairs look less fancy. And we do that using the large beams. You want to be free placing them like this on either side of the stair, and high enough so that they won't clip through like this. After that, grab the smaller pillar out of timber and place it like this. And the smaller beam. And now we have something that actually fits a bit more with the rest of the build, and also a convenient way to get up on the roof when we start working on the second floor. But before we move on to the second floor, I want to finish the storage area by adding a few windows here, but also hide all of this. Let's first decide where I want the windows. I want one over here, I think. A narrow one. And a little bit bigger one over here. I don't want too many windows here, since this is a storage area. After that, we take a wall and we free place it very close to the roof, and then another set of wall on top of it, like this. Now it can be a good idea to go up on top and check so it doesn't clip through. If it clips through, you have to lower it a bit. Snap to the outer one and drag down, and also towards the sides. At the door it will clip through if you snap, so just free place again, a little bit inwards like this, and another one, and maybe one a bit higher up as well. The same goes on the other side, where we also will have to free place. And we just repeat this process for every wall, again checking on top so we don't clip through, and also free placing around the window. When you're done, it should look something like this, and nothing clipping through the inner roof on top. You can see here that the walls are rather thick now, which I think is fitting for stone walls. It's time to place the windows now, and I think this narrow window will fit really well with the storage area. Just be sure when you place it that you snap it to the outermost layer of the wall. Now, just like on the outside, it's time to place some beams to cover up the last part. So one beam over here, all the way up, and on the other side, and the horizontal one here in the middle. I will also make the windows look a bit neater on the inside by using the smaller pillars here. Just free place them, drag down, then take the horizontal ones. You will notice that these small beams have one more finished end and one rougher end, so if you want it to look neat on both sides, you just turn the beam around as you place it from the other direction. As we start with the second floor, I seem to be blessed with never-ending rain, but I tried to kind of sleep for a few cycles, didn't help. Anyway, choose the plaster wall. I think it's good to take the small one to start with, because it's easy to kind of punch in windows later on. Just all around like this. I think this will be a good place for a window. And here we could have the door out to the veranda. Maybe a window here as well. A window here as well. Then maybe a small window over here. I plan for the chimney to be somewhere here, so no window there, but maybe on this side as well, and maybe one here. Let's put in a doorway and some nice windows, and I think this door will actually fit the best, so let's put this one here. And I think I want to go for the glass windows, so that would be these ones. If you make a window that is 3 wide like this, I don't think it actually looks that good with being this thick in the middle. So what we can do instead is just free place this one as well to get it in a better position. I think this looks a bit better. Time for the beams holding up the second floor, and I don't want to snap them either because we get them too low. So what I want to do instead is actually free place those as well and try to get it to attach here at the corner. So like this, so it sticks out a little bit towards the side and goes slightly under the plaster wall. Like this. Then we can snap to these pillars and drag them outwards. We might have to free place a bit when we get close to the door so it will match. And I will do the same thing here on the back. To get the pillar in the correct place going in the other direction, it's actually easiest to remove this one first. Spin this around, free place it in the desired location. And now we can just snap to this one and snap to this one, and then repeat that in every corner. I will also place beams up here along the wall, but here I will just snap in place. I will also add pillars in every corner, and just like the beams on top, I will just snap them into place. At this point in time, I think it's really helpful to have some type of scaffolding for easy access to the outside of the walls. Now it's time to place a bunch of beams on top of the plaster walls to make them look more interesting. If you snap these thinner beams to the plaster walls, they will just disappear into the wall, so you kind of have to free place the first ones, but after that you can kind of use those to snap new beams. Now is actually a really good time to add some details to this little veranda here. So let's add a pillar in the corner here, and as well in the other corner, and you have to free place both of these as well. Drag them upwards to the same height as the wall there. And now we can actually snap a beam here and make it go over to the other side, and it will connect nicely to the pillar over there. Some custom railings as well. Grab these ones, and these ones we will have to free place. So just go like this and put them in a good position everywhere around the railing. If they stick up too much, just lower them a little bit into the ground like this. And while we're at it, we might as well add a little bit of detailing here on the pillars below. Before I start working on the roof and the upper level of the house, I think it's nice to add some seed beds, or I will use them as flower boxes, mainly because then whatever we plant there will have time to grow up before we finish the house. I will remove a little bit of the wall, and the reason for that is to be able to free place them closer to the wall and kind of push them a bit into the ground. So something like this I think is nice. I also want to switch up the visuals a bit of the seed beds. I will grab these large beams here, place one over here like this, one closer to the floor, and also in this direction. But if I do it like this, it will stick out too much to the side, so I want to create some attachment points for myself. So we just place something here like this, just to have something to attach to. And now I can use this as attachment point for the second row of logs. And there we go. Time to plant something, and I think coco plume will do nicely, as well as pepper. Up on the second floor, we do pretty much the same thing, and usually it's a good idea to not remove the wall, but instead trying to aim for this little beam here to make it clip inside the wall, because it can be quite problematic to actually put the wall back afterwards if you remove it. So let's place this one like this. After that, grab this wall piece and place it on both sides, both like this and also over here. We can now snap on both sides. Grab pillars, I think the weathered one here, and add some extra detail. So free place this one, both in the corners, over here, and also we grab the horizontal one, and up on top here, and on both sides. And now all that is left to do is to actually plant something. And now you can just repeat this in front of any window where you like to have a flower box. I think the thunderstorm is passing here. I was blessed with extremely poor weather for recording. That's actually, I think, my biggest gripe with the game right now, because I record videos and I don't have that much time to record, is not being able to turn the weather effects off. Because, I mean, sometimes it can be like if I'm going to skip through the night until I get rid of it, it could be like half an hour of skipping through the night. And I don't like, if you don't have that much time to record, that's a big hassle. So anyway, attach them to that beam and not to the timber we attached down here below first. We don't want to be continuing this over here. Just start again here on the other side. With this out of the way, we can now remove all of the scaffolding because we won't really need it anymore. I have placed a temporary staircase here up towards the second floor. This one is kind of temporary, so I will place a better one once we got the floor here in place. So for this one as well, I want it to be resting kind of on top of the pillars. So again, lifting it up just a little bit, like this, and I use that as a new snapping point. Don't worry if the floor doesn't go all the way out here towards the beam on the sides. It will be covered up mostly by the plaster walls going up towards the next level. I have placed the staircase here a bit neater, but this build won't really focus on the inside of the building because it would be too long of a video. I will focus on the outside. If there's enough interest, let me know in the comment section below of doing the inside as well. I can do that in a second video. Anyway, we have to start with the gables and kind of the third floor walls. And since we have placed so many different things here, it can sometimes be hard to get them to snap where you want them to, and I want them to snap to these walls. And an easy way to do that is simply removing one of these walls and kind of drag this one upwards, and with some luck I should have a little pillar on the upside here that I can use as reference points for the rest of the walls. For the gables we want this triangular piece, and we want to start up here. Just keep going all the way to the top. I'm almost running out of stone here actually. I made another little hole in the wall here because we need another set of scaffolding here to be able to place all of the roof tiles in an easy fashion. Let's go like this. It's time to place the roof, and it's this one we want, the large roof, and it should stick out one towards the side. You should be able to kind of reach the top here from the scaffolding I built. I will leave a little hole here so I can enter and exit. It's time for a really nice but also a tiny bit complicated front extension here on the house. So let's open up the wall here a bit. Grab some floor, and since the floor here might not be aligned perfectly with the walls, what you do is you kind of place it like this in the middle, and then just place it one more time and it should go out correctly here. After that we grab some wooden walls. Now you can snap them like this upwards. It should be 2.5 wall high, or 5 of the small ones. So like this. Now I want a window here in the middle, but I don't want a full-size window, I want a half-size window, so we kind of have to do some trickery to get that going. But first I will add some details here with some kind of beams going up and sideways. Let's start by adding a beam in each corner, like this. The reason I free place them and don't snap is I want them to stick out a tiny bit more from the side here, so like this. I will add some diagonal timber from below to make it look like it's supported. You should be able to snap them from below without having to do some scaffolding to reach up there. The way I get the windows to snap here in the middle is by free placing it, and I need something to snap it to. So I'm just going to put the beam like this over here, temporarily. Grab the window I want, in this case this one, and place it in the middle here. Should be somewhere around there, I think. Now, if I would remove these pillars now, the window would go. So what I do is I first place all the things around it. And in this case, this is a bit of trickery, but what I do here is pretty much I use beams as planks. So I just place them here on top of each other. So this can be a bit of a hassle, because you just have to do them one by one. Now I should be able to remove this one. I don't think you need to place everything perfectly here. I mean, it's a bit of a charm if you have something like this. This is a pirate building after all. If not, everything is perfectly fit. So just place the beam to kind of cover everything around the window. Before we place the roof here, I want it to overhang a tiny bit. So I will do some more scaffolding here, mainly because it kind of helps finding the correct attachment points. There is a lot of scaffolding involved in the last part of this build when it comes to the roof section. Let's grab this one. Now we can use the first roof to kind of free place more roof parts. So I want this one to stick out a little bit like this. And also I wanted to go down a little bit on the side, so maybe something like this, maybe even a bit further. Oh, that's good. And there we go, extension done. But since we're up here anyway, we can start adding details on this wall and on the other side. I will start by just pulling these pillars up here towards the corners in every corner. After that, it's time to add a bunch of pillars, and just like with the lower level, I don't really have any plan here other than just doing whatever I feel looks rather good. So there's no right or wrong here, just add a bunch of these ones and it will hopefully look good. I will add some extra level of detailing here as well. But I need some attachment points a little bit outwards, so I will just add one of these here. And same on the other side. Doesn't really matter at which height. What I'm after is just having an attachment point. Grab a beam with the same inclination as the roof. Just drag this one upward all the way up. And also all the way down. And on the other side as well. Now we can use that beam to add an extra level of detail here. So just like this, for example. Then we grab the larger timber beam and add it to the side here and drag it all the way up on both sides. And you have to repeat all of this beam work, both the smaller ones and the bigger ones, on the other side of the building as well, minus the wooden extension, of course. On the other side of the house I decided to do a small balcony instead, so like this. Just to get some variation. And to make it kind of fit with the build below, I will try to make the same type of railing up here as we had on the little porch down there. So just place these ones over here. Just drag this one over. Last one I think I have to free place again, so I'm just gonna remove this one. You can get this one in a good position so it doesn't really stick through the outer beam. There we go. I'll add some support beams from below. Same beam I used for the extension on the other side, like this, just to make it look like it's a bit supported here. Considering I added those ones, I think I'm just gonna add a beam over here as well, so it looks like they are supported. I think this door fits here, but I don't want any of the details surrounding this wall to show. So I will free place it kind of halfway inside of the wall. If it sinks down like this, it's because you don't have any floorboards. So if you just make sure you have some floorboard there, like this, and it shouldn't sink down. We will just have to free place these ones, so they won't go too far down. Now we should be able to snap the rest. And there's some pillars around this, and I think it will be alright. I want to be using these double-sashed windows on the top floor. I think they will look really good. And I want them to align with the door over here in terms of height, or at least roughly do so. And the way you get them to do that is free place a wall section here and kind of lower it and raise it, so you have something to clip the window to, and experiment with different height until you get to kind of the desired level. Let's place 2 of these windows. And then we just have to work on hiding all of these stone details that I don't want to show. The beams and pillars in this game really add a ton of value when it comes to being able to kind of free placing stuff and hide inaccuracies, make stuff look better, but also kind of building stuff purely out of beams. Obviously there are some ugly details here on the inside that I have to cover up in this area as well, and I will do that by placing double walls, not triple like in the storage area, but double. But let's continue on the outside. Now it's time for that curved extension at the edge of the roof, and this one can be a bit tricky to get right, but you want to move 6 steps outward to start with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Later on I will just continue this beam all the way across. Then you want to start 3 beams up, 1, 2, 3, so up here, the 4th one, and this one should be out 30 degrees from the alignment of the wall, so like this. 2 ticks outwards if you have 15-degree increments. Then we take this one, put it up here, and this one should go 15 degrees outwards, so like this, and continue 1 more. After that we can grab these ones, and now these ones kind of solve themselves because you need to connect these 2 lines. So that one is 30 more degrees to kind of connect like this. You can also connect from below, and then it will look like this. When making builds like this, I kind of miss creative modes from some other games where you can just fly up whenever you construct stuff high up. I don't know, do you miss anything from, I don't know, Minecraft creative mode? Unless you build a lot, I guess you don't really miss it, but for me it would help a lot, both be able to turn the weather effects off, because thunderstorms are not really good for this kind of thing, and to, well, fly when I build. Continue the build by doing this. Just continue these ones inward. Place a temporary beam over here, because the next one is supposed to attach like this and go out a little bit, so maybe like this. You have to experiment to get it right. You want them to kind of align like nice enough here. So let's see if I put this one over here with snapping. It goes out a bit too much, I think. I want these ones to be a bit tighter. So let's redo this one. And the last 2, so like this, and maybe we can free place this one to get it A little bit neater. Something like this. And we just do the same on the other side, and of course on the other side of the building. Just a small correction on the detail up here. Sorry if you already finished all of them, but it's a quick fix. Instead of these two attaching up here, attach them here instead. It will make both this corner look neat and the one below. So overall, cleaner look. And since we are up here, we might as well add some light, because that's going to be extremely hard to do later when we don't have any scaffolding here anymore. I will do it on both sides. Since you made it this far into the video, first of all, thank you for watching. This type of longer Let's Build video take a lot of time and effort to make, sometimes up to 20-30 hours. A lot longer than a do these 10 things type of video, despite unfortunately getting fewer views. But I also know there is some people, I know I do myself, that really like this type of video, so I try to make a few of them anyway. What you can do to help me is don't forget to give that like if you do like the video, otherwise. And also consider leaving a comment below. That type of engagement really helps showing the video to more viewers. Now, enough of me shamelessly begging for help here. Let's wrap up this build. Now it is time to start with this little roof up here. And I will start by actually placing some beams on top. So one placing over here, so it should align with the outer section here of the bigger beam. Going out like this. And one outwards. This is where we will attach the roof, and we can use these ones as attachment point for the rest of the beams here. One mostly for detailing, going over here in the middle as well. Also extend the beams outwards, like this. Drag it over to the other side. Then grab this beam with the lower inclination, place it like this, drag it up towards the middle, and from the other side as well, and over here as well. And over here, and I will be out of places to stand. Moving a bit towards the side here, like this. Then we take the reed roof, also with this low inclination. Just add it to the build here. When we get to this point, we will have to free place as well, just so we don't have too much clipping through towards the inside here. Then we can either choose a roof ridge and place here, like this. It will provide some extra detailing and also on the edge, like that. But it kind of have a different color variation, so what I will do instead is remove this. And then use free placement and just adjust height to kind of place these ones halfway up here, towards the middle. And same on the other side. Then I can just use free placement on top here to place a beam to make everything look a little bit neater. Let's place this one here. Then snapping on. And there we go. Now we need to do a little bit of tidying up here on the inside. And also remove these ones. We have a tiny bit more sticking out here, but I will hide that with a few beams. I also want to play around a bit with some beams up here. I will remove these ones just to kind of get a better vision. I added a lamp so we can actually see something, and I actually got a little bit clipping through over here and over here as well, so I will fix that. So this is the part clipping through, so what I will do is I remove that one and free place a new one a little bit higher up, so something like this should be alright. And then I do the same on the other side, where this roof part is clipping through. Now it looks a bit cleaner, so this is how it looks from the inside. And this is how it looks from the outside. It's time to add some more windows up on top here. I will add one over here, a bit closer to the wall, so I will remove this one as well. I want the window out one from the wall here, so like this. So you have 1, 2, 3 steps in, then 1, 2, 3, 4, like this, and here, and then we can free place this one. So something like this should be better. The window I want to be using is the same one as on the gable, so these ones, and I will place them like this, and then we will have to spend some time hiding all the details here and add the roof. And obviously it will be pillars and beams again for the win. So one beam over here, one on top. I will use these steeper wall planks on either side as well, and we probably need to place some scaffolding to get to the other side here. Some pillars on the side here as well, like this, and on the other side, and also below the window. Let's grab this reed roof again, and we don't want to snap this. Instead I want to free place it like this, so it kind of sticks out a little bit towards the edge here. Something like this. And same on the other side. So like this. As always, a lot of scaffolding needed. If you want it to stick out a little bit in front as well, and I think that's nice, you can just free place another one, lower it to the correct level, like this. And again, same from both sides. We also have a little hole here on both sides. It won't really show from the ground, but if you want everything to be very neat, and I kind of like that, we can cover it up by using this one and free placing it. We won't really get it to snap in a good place, but looking from different angles, we can get it in there. I plan for a chimney to go up somewhere around here, so I think this is another good place for another big window. So let's remove some stuff here, maybe even more than on the other side. After some thinking, I decide I want to move this window a little bit over here as well. So like this. It will also kind of help hiding this little detail sticking out from the door. In my prep build, I actually didn't do the back. So most of the other stuff I already built once, but not this. So the position of this window is 3 of these half ones from the edge, and the width is 6 of these ones here. Let's bring out the beams. Place one over here. One over here going upwards, and on the other side as well. So this will be kind of a classical triangle extension. Then we just need to fill in these roof parts going up on both sides. I also want this roof to overhang a tiny bit because I think it looks good if it overhangs the windows, but I don't want to have like the same type of big extension as I do up here. So instead I will grab the big pillar again and just turn it out slightly, 15 degrees outwards. Snap it outwards like this, straight up, and same on the other side. I can fill in the gap here and here. Now we have a nice little overhang going slightly outwards while still not repeating the pattern on the gables. We don't have any triangular windows, so our options here are either to go for a wall section for most of the window with square windows in the middle, or creating our own window using pillar and beams. I will actually go for a square window in the middle, but I will use this one. I think it's really beautiful, and it's also kind of thin, so even though it has some detail I want to hide, I think they will be quite easy to hide. Let's start with the wall section, and I will be using the planks here, like this. Okay, so I want this window a tiny bit lower, but I don't want it all the way down here. So let's remove these ones. And I will free place this wall section. I think about here might be alright. Then put the big beautiful window in. And again some beams here, as always, just to hide all of the details. And there we go. Like previously mentioned, I won't really focus on anything on the inside of the house, but I will just put a fake chimney in to make it look good from the outside. So, about here. And I think double chimney, like twice as wide, always looks good. I think these chimneys that come with the game actually look really good, and also obviously you get smoke out of them, so no need to create a custom one. And the time has come to remove all of the scaffolding here to do a final reveal. Let's end this video with a showcase of the finished build. Thank you for watching, regardless if you watched the whole thing or just skipped here to see the finished result. Actually, extra thank you to you if you actually did watch the whole thing, but anyway, let's show the build.